everybody, sorry. Doing here? It's Venom. Today we're going to be watching 10 scary videos you have never seen before. You guys ready to be scared? I'm ready to be scared. And guys, subscribe. Sorry. Subscribe. Subscribe if you're new to this channel. And turn on notifications, guys, so you don't miss a thing. And make sure you drop a like and comment down below, guys, if you enjoyed this. So let's start.
The following scary videos are fairly new to the internet and have the lowest view counts I could find. Some even had no views at all, making you the first person to ever lay eyes on them. Number 10. A landlord named Jill Prevost is in the basement of a rental property when she sees a furious house cat guarding the top of the steps. The angry, hissing animal descends upon her within seconds. Watch this part and you'll see the cat attack her purse with all of its might.
Oh!
Jill simply holds it in
I
front of her
love
for
cats.
protection. Otherwise, the rampaging animal could have easily been climbing up her leg. There's
Oh
yet another
man, I
running
love
step
cats.
past the cat up the stairs.
Which never
Once
happened.
upstairs, she immediately grabs a broom and remains stuck in the house until the owner comes back.
Get away. This cat just attacked me.
This video is definitely bizarre until you realize cats
You guys like cats or
instinctively go
dogs?
for areas that cause the most damage, like the face or throat. Though it may be a domestic house cat, it is nonetheless protecting its territory with everything it's got, so who knows what would have happened if the owner had not come to Jill's rescue in time. Number 9. Bayros H is certain that his house is haunted and claims this video is proof. For some reason, his little dog TJ is always growling at the corner of his bedroom. Bayros shows that there is nothing of interest in the corner besides some old suitcases, yet TJ refuses to give up. Eventually, TJ tracks something leaving the room that is undetectable to the human eye. Exactly what this dog was seeing is anyone's guess, but I think it was most likely a spiritual presence of some kind. Perhaps some kind of intense event once took place here and left a paranormal energy behind. Number 8. A young boy is watching television by himself and starts making a video for fun. After a while, he needs to do something in another room, so he puts the phone down for just a minute and accidentally records this creeper at his window. Someone peeks through the window multiple times over the course of a minute. I think those might be metal bars on the windows, so maybe this area has been dealing with break-ins, in which case there was about to be another. Then again, this strange floating orb appears as soon as the figure disappears, so maybe this is some kind of paranormal intruder instead. Number 7. Upbeat Jason puts on a helmet cam and rides around the neighborhood with his friend on BMX bikes. The video is mostly a nice view of the countryside until he comes across some neighbors with aggressive dogs and no leash. Jason tries to get past them instead of taking another way around, and suddenly finds himself flanked on both sides.
There, go fast.
A dog lunges straight at Jason, jaws snapping. I don't think they make any contact, but I can tell by the sound of their bark that they are ready to attack. Clearly, they would have protected their territory if Jason stuck around, which he does not. But just when he thinks he is a safe distance away, he hears barking behind him and the chase is on again. Eventually, an adult picks them up and quickly puts their bike in the back of their truck before anything else happens. I really hope the two friends never bike past that house again. Number 6. Scud Newbie is going to a local hangout spot, so he decides he may as well make a quick YouTube video along the way. The roads are slick with rain and visibility is lower than normal, but Scud has skateboarded this route 1,000 times before and isn't worried. He is about one street away from his destination when he makes the mistake of looking down for only a split second.
Which I was talking.
Watch again and you can tell this was a very close call. The vehicle passes by way too closely and doesn't even have time to lay on the horn. Scud Newbie laughs it off and keeps moving. It's hard to say who is at fault, but I'm glad everyone is alright.
Which person was driving?
Number 5.
I mean,
It's
isn't it?
after midnight
Car.
and a YouTuber
Sorry.
named Angie, the Green-Eyed Angel, is exploring a ghost town that is completely abandoned. She isn't even finished
Which
the
town is
introduction
that?
to her video before weird stuff starts happening. It took me a couple of listens, but I can actually hear the wind whispering her name here.
Abandoned ghost town. Hopefully you can see it behind me.
I don't see it.
I swear, I just heard my name.
Apparently the wind has other things to say as well.
I didn't see anything. He's coming?
Strange noises continue to follow
Who said that?
Angie as she sneaks through old buildings filled with spider webs and rotting architecture. After about 20 minutes of exploring, Angie stops and thinks she sees a
I see
grayish figure looking back at her.
Who said that?
Footsteps from behind send her screaming
What?
into the night.
I didn't see it.
Number 4. A YouTuber named Darren's Northern Life is doing some last-minute hunting at the end of the season. He sees a parked truck early on and knows that other hunters must be around, which means everybody should be extra careful. A short while later, he finds himself in one of the worst situations a hunter could ever possibly imagine.
Oh
That's
my goodness, that bullet just came over my head.
Darren hears the shot whiz by his head and scrambles for cover behind some
That sounded like a
trees.
gun.
The other hunters still haven't noticed they are firing on another person and seem to be out of shouting range.
This guy's gonna freaking kill me.
Darren scrambles to safety and
Is there
can't even
something like
believe
that
what just
YouTuber?
happened. Later, he goes back to the truck and records their license plate. They just so happen to be coming back as well.
Pictures of the license plate. Is something wrong? Everything all right? Somebody shot at me.
They claim it was
What?
a different person and not
What?
anyone in their party. Without any concrete evidence, I don't think there's much Darren can legally do besides upload the video and make the event public. Let me know if you think he has enough evidence to press charges based on what you've seen. Number 3. With a Ouija board in hand, a YouTuber named Contagious Noise takes her girlfriend and her sister to an old barn that's just beyond city limits. They are positive that this barn is very haunted and therefore the perfect place to contact the other side. The group laughs and carries on playfully at first, but it isn't long before the situation grows alarmingly serious. Tell me if it really looks like the pointer is moving all by itself here.
On my grandma, I'm not doing it. Garrett?
I swear on everything. I'm not. Look at my fingers. Are.
Soon they contact the spirit of a 4-year-old who could possibly be named Ryan. They are trying to ask him more questions when out of nowhere it spells out the name Grace, which is the name of one of the girls. The spirit doesn't seem to want to give any real answers. Sometimes the Ouija board simply spells letters at random. Just when they get the feeling that a spirit is messing with them, a random noise confirms their suspicions.
Or ask who the 4-year-old was. Why they're here?
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Each one of them promises that they are not playing a joke and they decide to try again. This time the Ouija board spells out a single word.
Say goodbye.
Number 2. Anthony lives around a bunch of abandoned farmland that he has always wanted to explore. So he takes his camera and spends the whole day poking around. He doesn't know anything about the history of this land or why it was abandoned, but the more he discovers, the less alone he feels.
Hello?
The buildings are all single-story structures in various states of decay, and each one is somehow distinctly lonesome in its own way. By the time he comes across the main house, he is very jumpy and senses eyes on him from afar. Tell me if you hear whispering during this part when he opens the door.
Goosebumps.
I guess it could just be the creaky
See?
springs of an old screen door or something. But
Alright.
it really does sound like it could be voices. Anyway, the inside of the house is pretty well kept, especially compared to the other buildings. Yet the unrelenting, unholy aura only grows stronger with each step he takes. At one point, an abandoned nursery room literally makes Anthony nauseous. Surely something bad must have happened here.
This was a kid's room, and I feel so uneasy. I feel dizzy.
Anthony manages to check out the rest of the house, even the basement, without incident. He's ready to leave altogether, but there's just one final surprise left for him on the way out.
What the was that? Something literally kicked the door.
The door abruptly closes with a short and impolite slam, the exact kind that homeowners use when they are upset with someone for being at their door. I don't think Anthony shut the door by himself because he was out of arm's reach when it happened, and maybe it's just me, but I think I can see some kind of shadowy mist in the window on the right. Coincidentally, in the same room he was just in. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I hope
Oh.
you're enjoying my narration. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at
It's a pretty
DylanIsChillinYT
picture.
and tap that follow button to find out. I recently released the music video for my song Dreamland, and we may have caught something paranormal at the 55-second mark. Tap the circle icon in the top right corner, then tap my music video and let me know what you think it is. It's a proven fact that generosity makes you a happier person, so if you're generous enough to hit that subscribe button and the bell beside it, then thank you. This way you'll be notified of the new videos I upload every Thursday and Saturday. Number 1.
So it was me, one other
Hey.
mom, and
First
12
off, why?
boys.
Making a video.
The pranks were big. They came in third, but
Skip.
we had
A YouTuber named Jack Wagon has many videos demonstrating his apparent ability to manipulate objects using nothing but his own energy force. Here he circles his hands over a lock while concentrating deeply. It isn't long before he gets results. Not only is Jack able to push the lock over without touching, he is also somehow able to keep it balanced at a weird angle for almost 10 full seconds before falling. The only explanation I have for this if there was some kind of magnet underneath the table, which I guess is possible. Next, Jack takes a steel fork in both hands and envisions the utensil becoming soft like butter. He ties the fork in a knot with his bare hands in a few simple twists. I'm honestly not sure how hard this really is to do, but it sure looks difficult to me. I'd really like for someone to tell me if this is a real display of
tell,
energy
too.
manipulation or just some kind of trick. Most YouTubers love to reach out to fans at planned events, but when fans reach out to them in their own personal home, it usually doesn't end well at all.
Alright guys, that's all for today.
The following scary
Sorry.
videos are fairly...
Sorry. Alright guys, I'm sorry. Alright guys, that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys sorry, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.